Hey everyone, it's Ashley and today I'm bringing you my favorite graphic novels of 2015. I just finished filming my favorite books of 2015. I will be sure to link that video down below for you guys in case you missed it. And now on to my favorite graphic novels that I read last year. If you know anything about me, if you watched my channel in 2015 at all, then this should come as no surprise. Morning Glories by Nick Spencer and Joe Eisma. I feel like I've just been personally telling everyone to read this for so long that it seems silly to even tell you how much I love it again. I also did a review for this. I will leave that also linked down below. It's hard to explain, but it's basically like a mystery thriller. It takes place in a high school where all of these students go. They think they are going there because they are gifted or have high grade point averages, but actually it's basically like they're entering hell and trying to escape. It's very hard to explain. It's character driven. I like the art, like the artistry, because it's very plain. Like the art is very general, which some people don't like, but I actually like more than stuff that is a little bit too crazy sometimes. Also, I really like the writing style, and I really like that they're basically like, here's a mystery and we're just not gonna tell you it at all. We're gonna give you tiny clues, but we're not going to actually help you solve it. The whole series is just a mystery that you never get an answer to. But I kind of like that, if that makes sense. I really like it, but it is a mixed bag. Some people absolutely hate this series, but I really love it. Next, we have another graphic novel series that I seem to hear mixed reviews about, but that I absolutely adored, and that is the Amulet series by Kazu Kibuishi. I really like this. I feel like it's kind of like a more fantasy like Narnia, in a sense. It is about a girl whose father passes away, and then a few years later her and her mother and her brother move into her uncle's old house, and there she finds a secret passageway into this crazy world, and she goes there and she has to save people, and she finds out that she is almost like a chosen one, and she just goes on all these epic adventures to try to save that world. I really liked it. I found that the characters were really cute. I loved the story. I found it was really quick and easy. And to be honest with you, I just really enjoyed myself while I was reading this. And that's basically why it's on this list. I feel like it goes without saying, but Saga. I read these in single issues. Volume 5 recently came out. This is the cover they chose for Volume 5, so that's why I chose this issue to show you guys. I read the single issues as they were coming out in 2015. It still continues to be one of the best graphic novel series on the market, in my opinion. So well written, so well drawn. Epic fantasy space opera is basically the best way to describe it. If you haven't read Saga yet, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Next, I chose Witches by Snyder and Jock. This series is crazy. If you want a horror weird read, I would highly recommend this. Also, the artwork is outstanding. I'm not sure whether you can see how amazing the artwork is from that far away, but it is honestly just, it kind of looks like it was drawn and then watercolor paint was thrown on it. It follows a young girl who seems like she's kind of losing her mind, but in reality she's actually been cursed by somebody to these witches who are these crazy beings that live inside trees and kill people in order to grant other people wishes. It's crazy. It is very good though. I really liked it. It was addicting, and I read this in single issues as well. Next, I chose The Woods. This is another graphic novel series. I read the first 3 volumes in this via single issues in 2015. This one I chose because it was a little bit different. I really enjoyed myself while I was reading it. It's not necessarily my favorite of the year, but it's definitely up there. But I wanted to include it because I haven't seen it on a lot of people's channels, and I did quite enjoy this one. It follows a group of high school students who were abducted from their high school on Earth and taken somewhere. They don't know where. They think they're in space, but they don't know. All this crazy stuff is happening, and they don't understand any of it. And it's basically like Lord of the Flies, but with aliens and weirdness and also girls. It's just, I highly recommend. Weird, but good. Next, we have another graphic novel that I haven't seen on a lot of people's channels, but is easily in my top 5 graphic novels of 2015, and that is Descender. This follows a futuristic world where robots are like companions to humans. It's kind of like androids, like iRobot-ish, but not that scary. And it follows a world where there was a crazy, like, apocalypse-like thing where the robots tried to do a crazy iRobot-like thing, but it didn't quite work, and then all the robots were killed. Except this one. And now he's basically being hunted. But also, he's acting like a human. It's so good. It's just, if you're a sci-fi person at all, you will love this. I really, really liked it. The side characters are adorable. I really like the main characters. The plot seems to be going in like a really cool direction, and I can't wait to read more. The next graphic novel that I wanted to show you guys that was a favorite from 2015, I actually don't have my physical copy of because I lent it to a friend last week, and that is Nimona by Noelle Stevenson. This has been all over BookTube and the book blogosphere for a long time, so I'm sure you've heard of it. I've also posted about it numerous times on my Twitter and Instagram, but it follows a girl named Nimona who wants to be a supervillain sidekick. And as it turns out, the whole graphic novel is about what it means to be a villain and what it means to be a hero, and are people actually villains and heroes because society says they are, or are they villains or heroes because they actually have good morals or bad morals? It's really good. It's basically like an anti-hero book, or like, it has a lot of other meanings other than just the funness of it. Also, it is very fun, and the main character is very quirky and hilarious, and she's a shapeshifter, and just Noelle Stevenson is a god. Next, I am choosing the Lock and Key series by Joe Hill. I've actually only read the first 2 volumes of this in 2015, and the first 2 volumes I actually lent to a friend recently, so this is volume 3, which I am currently reading. It follows a family who moves into a house that is called the, like, key house, and as it turns out, certain areas of that house and certain keys within the house unlock parts of your brain. It's so cool. So cool! Also, there's crazy assassins and lots of like life drama and family drama and like growing up drama mixed in with crazy keys that unlock pieces of your brain. Really good. And the last graphic novel I want to show you guys from the year 2015 is Infinite Vacation by Nick Spencer and Christian Ward. This book follows a main character in a futuristic world where you can go and visit the infinite amount of yous on infinite Earths. So basically, every time you make a choice or you do something, a different you makes the opposite choice and lives on a different universe or plane or whatever. In this graphic novel, you can actually spend money and trade places and or go visit the yous from other locations. So this follows a main character who is basically obsessed with doing that because he can't figure out who he is. Then it turns out that all the different hymns from different universes are being murdered. And there's this crazy assassin that's going around trying to kill all of the hymns. But why? So it was weird. It was a little bit darker than I was expecting it to be, not gonna lie, but I did really like it. The artwork is really, really cool. There's also weird elements that use like photos instead of art. So there's the artwork. And then there's elements like this that include photos instead of art. It's all very, very different, and I think that that is why I really, really liked it, and it's definitely why I wanted to include it for you guys, because it is a very unique kind of graphic novel. So those were some of my favorite graphic novels from 2015. What were some of your favorite graphic novels from 2015? Make sure to let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you guys soon with another video. Happy reading. Bye!